the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best, 'cause it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. There's lights that burn so brightly, in the northeast sky they shine. From the place that Geordies worship, where legends wear number 9. You can travel right round the world, even meet the Pope in Rome. But nothing beats the feeling of when you come back here to home. No matter how life changes, we'll never be far apart. The northeast always home, and it's always in your heart. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. It's the season review of this full season that we've just had, and I'm joined by the king of Qatar himself, Roy Caviani. How are you, Roy?
Not bad, mate. I'm in Dubai at the moment.
You're in
one
Dubai
more
at the moment.
Yeah, I came here to see my kids and I watched Leicester and the Chelsea games as well. Back next week.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Excellent, nice one. I bet the weather's lovely over there as well, isn't it?
No, it's flipping boiling. It's about 40 degrees. 40 degrees in the day. I think it was 43 yesterday. It was really hot.
Oh, God.
At night, it's about 30, 31. It's not bad.
Jeez. Gosh. Yeah.
But everything's air conditioned, so it's okay.
Well, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. People, if you like what you see, please smash a like. It does help the channel with search results, so smash those likes. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, then smash the subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow. And the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. And before I get to the show, I just want to say, on my video from Eddie Howe's press conference reaction on Friday, I've had a lovely comment put on there, and it's from somebody called Max Moore, so I'm going to give him a shout out, Max Moore, and he says, I'm not a Newcastle fan, but it's great to see them at the top end of the Premiership where they belong. They have a fantastic fan base. Now then, that is lovely words from Max Moore, stating he's not a Newcastle fan, but he's so happy where we are. At last, we actually do see some fans that actually do like what we are doing. And by the way, I'll reveal now, he supports Chesterfield, who are in the National League, who lost out in the final against Notts County on penalties. But yeah, thank you, Max. They were great words, mate. Great words. And, good luck for Chesterfield next season, and hope you get your promotion next season. I mean, it's refreshing, isn't it, right, to hear a different fan come on and actually say, well done to us for a change, rather than saying, oh, well, it's all because of this and that and to that, you know?
Yeah, I've heard the same from a lot of fan bases from different clubs, especially West Ham. They've been really nice on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're not getting much from the top six and the likes of Everton and Villa, but the rest are fine, really. You get the odd fan who comes up with the sport washing stuff and oil money and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
We've spent less than half of it. I think we're 10th or 11th in total spending in the last 18 months. So it's nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't really spent a lot of money, really, when you think about it. So, in terms of the wealth we got, but that's because of FFP. But once that gets better, then things will open up a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we still make almost half what those top six teams make a year, so on turnover. So I think it's going to go up by 50 or 60 million next season. With the sponsorship, the league position, you get more money for that, and playing in the Champions League probably 30 odd million extra as well. So hopefully that will help bring in players, which Liverpool and Spurs and Chelsea are going to miss out on. So that's a bit of a bonus there, and hopefully we can attract some players who want to play in Champions League. So yeah, it's a good step forward. I still can't believe it. Anyway, 18 months ago, if you said we're going to be in the Champions League, no way. I thought we'll finish 7th this season in the beginning.
Yeah, I would have just laughed at somebody if they said, "Oh, you'll finish Champions League next season." I would have said, "Let me drink whatever you're drinking or whatever you're having." But I'll have a bucket full. But I said before a ball was kicked, I'll quite happily fin. If we can get in that 7th spot, that would be ideal because it's European football. But we've done better than that, and we just didn't expect this at all. So I'll just run some comments. Sefton says, even in all 4 away from 600 subscribers, we could do it tonight. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and make it 600. Thank you very much indeed, Sefton. Yeah, I think the 596th subscriber come from the Chesterfield fan, Max Moore. Bia says, evening, Tony and King of Qatar. Good evening to you, Bia.
Right.
Evening, Jen, says Blakey. Good evening to you. And Sefton says, hi, Tony and Roy. Hi, Sefton. Yeah. Mighty Mag says, great to see you guys. Yeah, great to see you as well. Mag debates Toon. Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely.
Me.
Yeah, absolutely. Mighty Mag, fab to see Chef Wed come up. Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, they got extra tickets for Wembley. They had 46,000 fans there. Sheffield Wednesday is a huge club. It's a massive club. It's an old-fashioned club. And they shouldn't have been in League One, in all honesty. I just hope now that they're back in the Championship, they can stay there, and then maybe make a push in time for the Premier League, because they're such an iconic club, aren't they, Roy?
Yeah, I mean, they beat us in the cup, didn't they? I think they deserved it that day. They shouldn't be in League One. So, yeah, hopefully, it's going to be hard going straight into the Premier League from the first try. It's like Sunderland did, especially now you've got those 3 teams that got relegated. So maybe in the next 2 or 3 seasons, hopefully we'll see them back.
Yeah, Championship's getting a bit tougher now, isn't it? I mean, you got Leicester and Leeds down there as well as Southampton, but I can't see Leeds doing a lot, in all honesty, because they're a mess, that club, in boardroom level. But Leicester, depends on their recruitment, they could come straight back up. Yeah, but it's going to be a tough league for whoever's in that league next season.
I think Southampton probably would have the better chance out of the 3, and then you've got Norwich and some of the Watford, and so you never know. You never know who's going to come up. As long as it's not Sunderland, happy days.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Sunderland get in the other playoffs next season with all the better clubs that's in there now.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, that one.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony and Roy, says Ian. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're well. Yes, as soon as Paul's imaginary coins start telling our FFP will go up. Let's hope. KLW says, how did Ferguson win all these titles? He bought the best players, as did Chelsea and Man City. Why is it different for Newcastle? Well, I know what you're saying, but the difference is now they got their teams before FFP came in. And that's the difference, Man City, were able to go out there and spend a load of money and getting players in. And since FFP's come in, that's sort of strangled us a bit, because our former owner didn't generate enough funds in the club, although it was debt-free. But, he just didn't do enough. He should have had more sponsorship in. He should have been getting better deals, but he wasn't. Yeah, that's the sad part about it. But these owners will get the club generating funds, but they'll be generating funds at a huge stake. And then once the funds start building up and the FFP gets bigger, then these owners will spend. But it's just got to take a little bit of time, As I say, Rome was never built overnight.
Yep. I mean, it's going to take years to fix what Ashley's done. If you remember, I think it was 2005 or 6, Newcastle was 13th in the world in turnover, and it was higher than Spurs and teams like Everton and Chelsea and even City. And then he came in, the commercial turnover from sponsorships hasn't changed a bit. It went down even worse because he filled up the stadium with his companies, and it's basically free. So Newcastle made nothing from this. It's just his companies, Sport Direct and all the other junk he had. And
Flannels and all that.
Yeah. He didn't actually take money from the club, but he destroyed it in that way because he could have generated even if it was 20 million more a year, nothing compared to the other clubs. But that would have 20 million over 14 years. That would have been 180 million or 280 million pounds more spent, and the club would have been comfortable. But the only
Yeah,
positive is he hasn't spent any money, and we've got a bit of a gap of spending now for the next 2 years, or 3 years until I think we hit the threshold, or what is it called? Breaking point. We can spend about
yeah,
70 more than we make a year for 3 years. So it's about 210 million or something.
yeah,
So I think
yeah,
last year we're in the minus 70 million. So we can go minus next year and the third year, and then we'll have to even it up. So it should be fine.
yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, of course, we will be, absolutely. Evening, says Mason. Good evening, Mason. Lee says,
Mm.
evening, Tony and Roy. And we've done it right. Big time football back, Champions League.
My eye. I still can't
Absolutely.
believe it, mate. I can't believe it still.
I can't either. I can't. So Rolly's in the chat. Yeah, Rolly couldn't join tonight because he's not feeling well. He says, hi, Tony and Roy, the King of Qatar. Sorry I'm not joining you tonight, but I'm not feeling great. But I'm listening. Get well soon, Rolly. Get well soon, mate.
It wasn't me.
Mason says, Sky has said that Declan Rice has spoken to Thomas Tuchel. Bayern Munich. I'm surprised at that one.
Oh, okay.
I thought he'd stay in England, in all honesty, but who knows? Matey Max says some big derbies in the Midlands next season. I also don't think Leeds will bounce back up.
Yeah.
I don't think they will. No. People talking to Rolly. Coffee says, hi, Tony, Roy and all. Good evening,
Mate.
Coffee. Hope you're well. And he says, the champions. Yeah, the Champions League. That's the one, mate. That's the one. I mean, we look at the start of the season. I mean, Roy, what did you think? Where did you want us to finish at the end of the season before a ball was kicked?
7th, and I thought, okay, we'll start with the Conference League, build the team from there, and then the year after go for top 6, go to Europa League, and then 2025 we got a Champions League. We'll be with it by 3 years. So happy days. I still can't believe it anyway. But
No,
in a way, it did help us a bit with Chelsea's bad management, Liverpool being naive, Spurs in a mess, and it helped us and Brighton and even Villa. So
yeah,
and even Arsenal. Arsenal shouldn't be second in. If all those teams were in top form like last year. I mean, Liverpool had I think 90 points last season. Look at them now, almost 30 points less. So expect a harder season next year. Maybe not from Spurs, but I think Chelsea and Liverpool will bounce back. Hopefully, we'll have a better squad as well. Anyway, so it's going to be a great season anyway.
yeah. I mean, exactly what I said. 7th place. I said 7th place and win the Carabao Cup. We were close to it.
I know. Yeah.
I did say semi-finals of the FA Cup, but we didn't get that far because we didn't get past the 3rd round. But but yeah, I mean, I wasn't far off from the Carabao Cup, that's for sure. But I mean, you go back to August. I mean, the day before we played Forest, Eddie Howe got a new improved contract which he signed. Then we went and beat Forest 2-0. We then had draws away to Brighton, and then a massive draw at home to Man City, which after that game, Pep Guardiola actually said, because I think Sky were trying to talk it down a bit, and he said, no, he says, this is not, he says, last season you came here and won 4-0, not this season. He says, and this is a great point for City. So for him to say that just shows you how much different we were under Eddie Howe this season compared to last season. Then obviously we had an away game to Tranmere. We got through the cup 2-1. Bit of a tricky game at Prenton Park. We then drew with Wolves when St. Maximin scored that last minute volley. And then we lost to Liverpool at the end of that month. So we got 6 points in that month. And obviously we know we lost to Liverpool in very controversial circumstances because, Isak's second should have stood. It was never offside. And I'm still looking to see where we got that minute and a half extra from to let them score that winner.
Well, if you noticed, every time Liverpool are getting beat or they need to score, it's 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. It's them and Man U. And when they're winning, it's always 3 minutes. There's something happening there. Like it's not normal. Even the game against Villa, I was watching it with my mates, and I said, "Watch this. He's going to give him 8 or 9 minutes," and he gave him 10. I don't no idea where the 10 came from. So the conspiracy theories, cartel, all this stuff, and the same happened to us. We shouldn't have lost that game. Should have been a draw, but
Yeah,
that doesn't
at
matter.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't a bad month because, I mean, you know, when you think third game, we've got Man City, this will show you how far we are, you know, but we were 3-1 up in that game. You know, it could have been quite different. We're getting that penalty just before half time when Fabian Schär looked like he was foul in the box, but, you know, the sort of VAR sort of said, no, it's no penalty and carry on.
Yeah.
And then obviously the second half comes, Trippier scores that free kick, you know, and puts us 3-1 up, and we think, wow, we're in dreamland, yeah, because this is Man City, you know. But yeah, I mean, I know they came back and scored a couple of goals, and I know Pope pulled off a couple of great saves, one against Haaland as well. But I mean, that was one heck of a month.
Yeah. I mean, what happened in the? Remember Trippier as well almost got a red card, and then the ref went back to VAR, and thank God it wasn't a red card. And we're just fighting. I think we missed a chance as well in the second half. I can't remember what happened, because it could have gone 4-2 at one point, and then they went and scored, and it finished 3-3. But great game. I couldn't remember the last 10 minutes anyway, because some lad in the pub was buying us all these mixed cocktails and stuff. I was gone. Couldn't remember. One of them, some frog, I think it's called. I can't remember. It was blue. Don't drink any blue alcohol.
Anyway. Don't drink blue alcohol.
Bullfrog.
No.
That's what it's called. Bullfrog. That's a bullfrog.
Bullfrog. Yeah.
Bullfrog. Don't go anywhere near that.
It's lethal, is it?
It was lethal. Because suddenly you're watching the game, and then 10 minutes later, the bouncer's taking me to the taxi outside. So couldn't remember anything. Yeah, it was great though. The thing is,
brilliant.
Pep's reaction compared to Klopp's reactions after the game.
Yeah.
He was respectable and shook Eddie Howe's hand, and he said the team's improved. Even in press conferences afterwards, he's always said Newcastle's improved. This is different, and I like the project. And then Klopp is complaining about money and spending, and so he spent more than us on top of what he's got. Yeah. Well, he got what he deserves anyway. Europa League.
Absolutely. Rolly says, I thought between 8th and 6th, never dreamt of Champions League. I don't think anybody did, Rolly. Coffee says, Roy's replies to the trolls on Twitter are a joy to watch. Great laughs they are, absolutely.
Oh, I've got loads of photos saved on my phone, so as soon as someone sends anything, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Sefton says he's sexy Magan, don't forget it. Lee says, seeing some of the big six under us in the league is brilliant. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely fantastic, Lee. It is. KLW says maybe the ref's watch is a chocolate watch. Must be something they got out the Christmas crackers. It's all about Tiny. He says, notice GS. The red is live too. John the Red. KLW or a Haribo. Yeah, probably is a Haribo Star Mix or something like that. Lee says big deep pockets the refs have. They must have, yeah. Must have a lot of brown envelopes shredded. LA Coffee says, all the help from the referees and Liverpool fans complain about us in the top four, even though we gave them 6 points too. Exactly, Coffee. Let them cry. And Coffee says, Blue Kuraku.
No, he's talking about the drink. No, it was Bullfrog.
Yeah, Bullfrog. There you go. I mean, like I say, Roy. I mean that you know, like I say, that August we got 6 points, and to be fair, I think out of that, I mean, yeah, we got that draw at Brighton. That could have been so different had Graham Scott just waited till Callum Wilson scored and then blew his whistle, because then VAR might have saw that and said no, that's a goal. But because he blew his whistle, obviously VAR can't intervene. And I saw a lot of people that day getting upset over that, and now that's why I tried to say, look, the referee blew before the ball went to the back of the net, and VAR can't VAR can't do
intervene.
nothing about it.
Yeah.
And then we go into September, and we had a poor start. I mean, I was at the game when we played Palace. The game Willock's goal should have stood, in all honesty.
Aye,
I
that
think,
push. Yeah.
yeah, that was right on this. That was at the end where I was, Sir John Hall corner, and it was clear to see what was going on and how the referee just, and I saw that in real time. Um, and obviously Lee Mason put Michael Salisbury off by trying to get him to change his mind, which he did do. So that ended 0-0, and then the other game in September we drew with Bournemouth 1-1. So September we only got 2 points out of that month, so things didn't look great then. And then we get to October, and we think, surely there's a win somewhere on the corner. And there certainly was. The first game in October, we played Fulham away, and we absolutely smashed them 4-1. Shalabar got sent off after 10 minutes for a stupid tackle.
Yeah.
And that's when Miggy Almiron scored one of the goals of the season. That tremendous pass from Bruno and Almiron's volley into that was a brilliant
That was the
display.
beginning of his little run.
Yeah. And then the week later, we played Brentford, which we thought, yes, that's going to be a hard game. And we went out there and absolutely hammered Brentford 5-1 at St James's after they went 1-up, which was then ruled offside. But again, another great game. Bruno got 2 great goals in that game. That corner from Trippier, where Almiron took it short and went to Trippier, and then Trippier put the ball in. And Bruno's header, brilliant header. And then when Bruno ran from the touchline and just from outside the box shot and then past David Raya, brilliant. And that was a brilliant win because that was a statement win against Brentford because they were playing well up to that point. So, yeah.
Tony was on fire as well. Up to
he
that.
was, wasn't he? Yeah, absolutely. We then went to Old Trafford and we got a 0-0 draw. Joe Linton hit the post and the bar within 30 seconds of each other, and that could have all been different. We saw the antics of Ronaldo in that game when he took the ball and scored and tried to claim the goal should have stood, and they surround the referee. And then obviously we beat Everton at home 1-0. That was the game when Anthony Gordon had his spat with Trippier, Cher and Pope. But we beat them 1-0. And then we went to Tottenham, and we took them apart, even though we only won 2-1. We took them apart, and that come like just months after we lost 5-1 to Tottenham. So it just showed you how much better we were and how much we had changed since Tottenham beat us 5-1. Callum Wilson's goal when he collided with Lloris, but Lloris tried to claim it was a foul, but VAR said it was never a foul, and the goal stood. I thought we were brilliant that day down there at the Tottenham Stadium, and well worth the 3 points, even though Harry Kane's goal is questionable whether it was onside or not. And then the final game in that month was Villa at home, when we absolutely smashed them 4-0 after they sacked Steven Gerrard. That was a great month, wasn't it?
I mean, up until that point, it was all like, we're playing Spurs, I'll take a point. We're playing Brentford, I'll take a point. And we're smashing all these teams one by one. And then that's when you start dreaming. Okay. Well, I think, I'm not sure we were 5th or 4th at that point in the table. And then you think, and then we're getting close to the World Cup. I'm not sure what game was the last one before we went to the World Cup. I think we're 3rd when the World Cup was on. Were we 3rd?
I think so, yeah, we were, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's when you start believing. You thought, okay, there's a chance here, because we already finished we played Liverpool, City, Man U, Spurs, and Chelsea. We finished with these teams already. And we're that high up in the table, and we thought, okay, we've got less than a few of the other teams in the bottom half of the table, so we can beat them and then keep going. But even until then, I thought we'll finish top 6, happy days. Well,
after that Tottenham game, I remember Conte in his interview, and he said, we've lost because we've had to play 3 games in 7 days. Well, we played 3 games in 7 days, and we got 7 points out of it. So it's no excuse. You can't say that we weren't playing the same amount of games because we played Man U on the 16th of October. 3 days later, we play Everton, and then 4 days later, Tottenham. So, I just couldn't get where Conte was coming from on that one. It was like he was just looking for excuses for his own side's performance, But,
Yeah, that's when he started complaining about the owners and lack of investment in their club, which costs about 4 times more than our squad.
Yeah.
And you look, some of the players he's got in on the bench can go in straight away and start on Newcastle squad, but wrong coach, whinging. I think at the end though, I think he was right the way he was playing, because you can see the Spurs' defense, how it was performing after he left. So to a certain extent, he was right about his squad, but that's his problem, not ours.
Yeah, absolutely. Then November came, and on the first game in November, which is actually on my daughter's birthday, believe it or not, we beat Southampton 4-1 away from home. Not the best game from Newcastle that day. We weren't at our best, but all 4 shots we had on target all went in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Then we had a midweek game against Palace in the Cup, which we won 3-2 on penalties after another 0-0 draw with Palace. They just seemed to be the boogie team. And the last game before the World Cup, we beat Chelsea 1-0 at St James's Park, that Joe Willock cracker. And we saw Havertz have a go with pick on Dan Burn at the end of the game. Not the sort of player you want to be picking on, by the way, but Chelsea lost their heads that night, and I just thought they were absolutely ridiculous that night. And but for us to beat Chelsea at home was absolutely fantastic. It meant going into the World Cup break, we signed off with a victory.
If you remember Lascelles on
yes, he got a yellow card, didn't he?
Yeah, on the touchline. I was like, yeah, man, it's a match for me. Come on, son.
Yes, that was great shithousery, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was at that. Yeah, so we went to the World Cup in 3rd place after that game.
Yeah.
That's when you start believing a bit. And
I
started thinking, okay, I just didn't even want the World Cup to start. I wanted the league to keep going.
Yeah, I didn't want that World Cup in the middle of the season. I thought that was... I hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. No, it's not going to happen in the Middle East again, I think.
No.
It's too hot. Well, you never know. No. 2028, Saudi... not 28. Was it 26? So 2030. Saudi, Greece, and Egypt are doing it. They're going to bid for it together.
All right.
So, yeah. So it's going to be Europe, Asia, Africa together in one bid. Let's see if it happens or not.
Yeah,
it'll be the same. It'll be another winter one if it happens. Because even Greece is in Europe, but that's hot in the summer as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But hope not.
Yeah. And after the World Cup, obviously, we had a couple of friendlies. Al Hilal, we beat them 5-0, and we beat Rayo Vallecano 2-1 at St James's Park.
I was there for that Hilal one.
Yeah.
Miggy was great. I think that was the last time he was great.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who else scored. I can't, because it was all Eddie shuffled the whole team in the second half, and I think I remember I came on in the second half. But it was a good game anyway.
Because didn't Karius have a good game in the first half in goal as well? He made some good saves.
He did. And it was a good turn up. We met the management that day as well.
Yes.
Amanda and Eddie Howe and most of the crew. It was a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. I've gone through a couple of comments there. But yeah, it was brilliant that. Right, well, I looked at the comments because
Joe Linton.
There we are. I like coffee, says Lewis Smiley looked very young in all his photos and he's tall. He is, isn't he? He didn't look 17, that's for sure, did he?
He looked when he came on, and I had a lump in my throat. It was a bit emotional for me looking at him. Bloody hell, he's the same age as my daughter. So he's a baby. And I thought, oh,
Yeah,
he's playing with these lads. Look at this. Amazing.
there's my other half. She came in the living room. She looked. She went, "How old is he? Must only be about 13." I went, "No, he's 17."
17. Great shot as well.
Jack's, yeah, Jack says, "Evening, Tony and the King of Guitar." Good evening, Jack. Hope you're
Yeah.
well, mate.
Aye.
Sefton says, "Well, Lass is a huge Liverpool fan. She's made up for us." I bet you didn't like the 4-4 draw yesterday, though, did you?
No.
Max says Willick's goal would have gave us Champions League. Yeah, third place. I mean, all right, okay, yeah. I see what you mean. Rolly says my other half's a red as well and doesn't like it when I tell her we gave Liverpool 6 points and they couldn't catch the mighty Max. How much can we get from Miggy? Says Joe Linton.
20 million, I think.
Yeah,
About.
definitely get our money back on him. Foxy says,
Yeah.
Tony, King of Qatar, hope you're both doing well. Yeah, we are absolutely fine, Foxy. And yeah, it's been a great weekend, hasn't it? I mean, it's been a fantastic week. I mean, the playoff finals have been fantastic. We've had 2 that's gone to penalties, and we've seen Carlisle go up. And today we saw the one right in the last minute of injury time, of extra time, to score the winner, and and Sheffield Wednesday go up. So those playoff finals have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It's about time, says we could potentially get 30 million for Miggy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's 29.
Yeah.
Even if we get 16 to 20, that's good.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling him and Max are gone.
Yeah. That Maxi post seems to me, that sounds like a good buy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not up to him if he wants to leave, because I think he's got his contract runs till 2025.
Yeah.
So I think if the club gets a nice offer of 30, probably they'll sell him. Or
Yeah.
I would even sell him to. Best thing is sell him to any clubs outside England. So sell him to a team in Italy or Spain. You don't want him to play in the Premier League and playing against us. You know what's going to happen. He's going to go through Trippier and get a hat trick or something, which he's never done for us.
Yeah.
Miggy doesn't matter where he goes, because his right foot is worse than my left foot. The chances he had yesterday, the one he kicked straight into the keeper. If you had a right foot, you just tap it in and it's gone. It just shows you the lack of quality. Okay, he does graft. The game against what was it, Brighton? He was on fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, wasn't he just?
It's Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, we love him. Everybody loves him. I love him. But Jekyll and Hyde, one day you get a world beater, back and up and down the pitch, and the next game wasting easy chances. Then he disappears in the second half. That's exactly what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So, good luck to him wherever he goes. If he stays, he stays anyway. But we'll still need a right winger.
Oh yeah, Moussa Diaby.
That's the one, I hope. Or Rafinha from Barca. Rafinha. I heard they need the money, so they need they need about 80 million euros or pounds. So I think they're ready to let him go. Have you heard about Huslo?
Yeah, going to Real Madrid. I mean,
Real Madrid.
Do you know what? He smashed it in Spain since he's left us. I mean, he's done very well in Spain.
Yep. I think it's the way we were playing at the time. Not enough balls in the box. It's the same with the De Jong. I don't know which one. Which one was the striker? Luke. Yeah, Luke De Jong, was the striker. Not enough balls in them. Yeah, not enough service. I mean, you put him in our team now, he'll score goals. But the team we had before was awful.
Yeah.
I can't remember. What was it? 2014, 15? Can't remember.
Yeah. Lee says Bruno back kick was fantastic. Yeah, that was against Southampton last season. That was a brilliant goal. That was. I say we should take that, to be honest, for old Mickey. Sent you a DM. Yeah, okay, Mason, I've got that, mate. Thank you, mate. I'll have a look. Sefton says click the subscribe and hit the like button and get the 600. Thank you very much indeed. Joe Litton says we are now in the league club because of honour and wealth. Absolutely. Chelsea, I think, before the World Cup. Yeah, that was the one there, Coffee. Exploring the Northeast. All right, guys, it's been an unbelievable season. Absolutely, mate. Definitely. Bia thinks the 2038 World Cup will be in Roy's back garden.
Nah, no more Middle East, no more. It was great to watch, but it was just too much to handle. Oh, that's Abdurrahman. Okay.
Yeah, he says, keep telling yourself I'll wake up now. Oh, it's been fantastic, mate. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Lee says, hope the World Cup comes, yeah. That would be nice.
Hope
But
so.
you know what? I think after the Euros, I'm not sure if we'll get it again because, you know, after
Is it
what happened
Euro
against Italy.
20? Yeah. Is it Euro 28? Is that going to be
Yeah.
in Euro 2028? Okay.
Yeah, because we're in it with Ireland, aren't we? So,
Aye. Yeah. I know. Yeah. There's no Old Trafford.
yeah,
Yeah. Old Trafford's not one of the stadiums.
it's not, no.
It's
Joe
not.
was great at Al Hilal, says Abdul Moran.
Aye, Joe Linton. Yeah. I was with him. Yeah. When it happened.
Yeah. BS says Philip Schofield's been offered the Spurs job. He's turned it down, seeing his reputation to think about.
Yeah. I saw that yesterday.
David says, have you seen many Newcastle shirts in Qatar?
Nah, just on match days. But sometimes I walk in malls with my toon top on, and people are like, "Oh, look, Newcastle, Newcastle."
Yeah,
It used to be,
brilliant.
oh, look, Juventus, Juventus. No, no, Newcastle now. There's loads
Not
in
yet,
Dubai though.
Andrew. Yeah. Lots is that. David, I'm not sure who finished first, King of Qatar, but I was 5 points behind you in the Toon Review Fantasy League. I can't see the final score now. It's gone. My team name was Bruno's Magic.
I dropped. I was 16th until yesterday before the game started, and I think I dropped like 10, 15 places down. I only got 26 points. Disaster.
Yeah. Foxy says anything less than 30 million for Miggy would be criminal. He's outscored 86% of wingers from Europe's top 5 leagues. Great option to have in the squad. That's very true, Foxy. I mean, I would have him out. I wouldn't sell him. I'll keep as an impact sub, in all honesty, because you need the squad, the strength and depth. Joe Litton says get Dan Juma.
Sorry.
Godfather says I look back at the season at 12 points dropped against Leeds, Bournemouth, Palace cost us a title challenge. In my opinion, that's 83 points. Yeah. But when you look at it, we lost 14 points on VAR as well, didn't we? So
Yeah. Overall, I'm
they
happy
conned
though.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
David says, heard we are linked with Ferran Torres from Barca, ex-Man City. Apparently, Rafinha doesn't want to leave. Yeah, I've heard that. £35 million apparently. Ferran
I heard
Torres,
that.
he's a good player. I'll take him.
Yeah, I heard that today as well. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he comes.
According to Sky Germany, a reporter from Sky Germany, we have been in touch with Leipzig over Dominic Szoboszlai. And what he says from Sky is, although we do want Szoboszlai, the first target we're trying to get in is James Maddison from Leicester. So, I mean, Szoboszlai, what a player he is, isn't he, Roy?
Yeah, for me, he's the number one target. Get him, you're going to see a whole complete change in midfield. Completely. Yeah. And you're going to see Bruno playing better, Joe Linton playing better. Longstaff's not going to get a game, unfortunately. But it's going to be a Champions League, so you can't play the same team. So between September and November, we're going to play almost twice a week, every week until between September and November. So you need a bigger squad. And then in January, it's the same. I think in January, you got 7 games or 8 games. I was just telling my mates today. So we got 7 or 8 games in January. Then in February, if we're in the second round in the Champions League or we drop to the Europa League, that's another 2 games till almost April. Depending where if we keep going or not. So
I mean, the thing is,
we need a bigger squad.
If we finish as one of the best third place teams, then we go in the Europa League, and I don't mind that. That's fine because we're still in Europe, you know. But you know, it all depends who we get in the group first of all, and you know, we'll just take it as it comes. Abdul Moran says, I think Alan and Miggy should stay, but step down to be subs. We don't have the depth to sell them. That's very true. Coffee says, some thoughts on the Chelsea players who played in our last game, who we're linked with.
Yeah, they've got 8 or 9.
Gallagher.
Depends. Is this contract? I think they've got 8 or 9 players with contracts running out, including
Yeah,
Kante. It's too old.
he
Gallagher,
is.
I don't mind Gallagher, but I think you'll have to buy him, not get him for free.
Yeah.
So.
At least I think Jack Grealish should have another goal against Mickey, might get him scoring again. Joe Linton says, you used to live in Team Valley, Roy?
No, I used to work there.
Used to work there?
I used to work for Cromwell.
Oh, Cromwell, yeah.
Cromwell Tools. What
yes, I know where that is, yeah. I used to work
They've
along the road from Cromwell Tools.
Yeah, they switched where they are. They've gone across the road. But they're still on the same street. Yeah, I was there from 2007 till 11, I think. Yeah, 4 years or 5 years there. But yeah, I was there until when I left in 2011, I went to Dubai.
Yeah.
So I left from there straight to Dubai. That was great. There.
Yeah.
I'm an expert in tools as well.
Yeah, we used to get some stuff from there as well when we needed any stock. We used to get stuff from Cromwell. Sometimes I used to pop along there and get that, and that would probably be about the same time that you were there, to be fair.
Was it what did you guys used to do? Was it engineering or
no, I don't know if you can remember a company, but we were on, Forster Court.
Okay. Yeah.
We were a company called Venus, who was like health and safety, a bit like Arco, but called Venus.
Okay, so you used to buy PPE stuff.
Yeah, PPE, yeah.
Okay.
We used to get the occasional stuff from Cromwell that we needed. So if customers wanted something, we used to get it from yourselves, and then obviously, yeah.
Yes. They've got everything.
They have, yeah.
It's basically the Argos of engineering.
Yeah, definitely. Joe Linton says, yeah, definitely Ferran Torres. It's about 10, says, lads, I'm serious when I say this. The Stadium of Light is an amazing stadium. Amazing fans. I've always liked Benfica. Yeah, it's the same name, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got a statue of Eusebio on the front. So.
Yeah,
and they are a big club, unlike the twats next door.
Exactly, the twats down the road. Yeah. Coffee says, "Is Dub's going to be our second goalkeeper now?" I don't know. That's a thing. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it depends. It depends whether Martin Dubravka got things right. He's getting on. He's 33, 34 now, so he might be thinking, do you know what? I want to go and play first team football for the rest of my career. I don't want to be sitting on the bench as much as I would like to be there. I'm not sure. What do you reckon, Roy? Do you think he'll still be here, or do you think he'll go?
No, I think he'll go. He might even go to the Championship or one of the promoted teams. But depends. Will Curious stay or leave? That's another thing. So I'll keep him as second keeper, and then bring one of the lads from the academy, and use him as one of those 6 players that part of the European rules that you need homegrown. And so that's what you should do. So have a proper keeper second, and then a kid from the academy. I'm happy with the academy after what I saw yesterday.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Finally.
Yeah. Us peasants he took out from B&Q. Lee says, I worked at Shepherd Offshore Security years ago. Nice one, mate. Oh, good old Freddie Shepherd's firm. Alan says, will be room for Longstaff and Miggy. Just need good squads with so many games. Incoming players need to just be as good or better. Yeah, absolutely. Joe Litton lives near Swan Hunter now. Live right next to the shipyards. Oh, nice one, mate. Nice one. Abduran says, who do you think we should get for left back? Well, that's interesting because I wanted Grimaldo now. He's gone to Leverkusen. So he's out of the picture now. There is some good left backs out there. The one I think we might go for still, and I've still got the feeling we're going to go from, is Mitchell Bakker from Leverkusen, because Grimaldo's going there. He's going to be available now. Or could we go for Sosa from Stuttgart, the Croatian?
What about the lad from Valencia? Can't remember his
Yeah,
name now. I can't remember his name. It's 26 or 7 with a beard.
right.
Can't remember his name. We linked with
Yeah,
him a few times and then it just went quiet. Thing is, if we get him, you've got Lewis, Target, Dan Burn can play both left and centre, and then you've
yeah,
got Domit. So we've got 3 left backs. None of them's getting a game. So I think the 2 of them need to go
yeah,
before we even bring anyone in. It's not fair on Target as well. We just signed him and paid, and then now he's not even being used. So I think him and Lewis, or him or Lewis, will probably leave. Let's see.
yeah. Alan says yes to Dubs. Howe did say that today that he will get plenty of games. He's a good keeper and was excellent yesterday. Yeah, he was excellent yesterday. I'm just saying that in case he wants to go on to pastures new, We can't stand his way if he does want to go. Mighty Mag says, Tony, I mentioned Lascelles to Leeds. Yeah, that's a good shout. He says, what about Qual to one of the teams that went down and went up? Yeah, I mean, I would send Qual to the Championship because I don't think the Scottish League's anything great and he hasn't really had a lot of game time at Hearts. I think they've been very disappointing for him up there. But yeah, definitely send him to the Championship. It's a hard league and that's the best way you can get him into English football. Or even send him to Bristol Rovers with Joey Barton.
Yep. Because I was surprised he never played much. Was it 6 games in total, or 7 games?
Yeah.
The whole time he was there. So he would have been better off training with Newcastle and getting that odd game with us.
It's all about time, says I like the saying. James Tavernier, Fraser Forster and Adam Armstrong, all for the homegrown quarter. Every single one would be backup. Adam Armstrong, no, he's Championship proven. That's all he is. Fraser Forster, yes, he's on a free. I wouldn't say no to that because that is the homegrown quarter. James Tavernier, I doubt he'll leave Rangers in all honesty.
Yeah.
Jose Gaia, you mean, says it's about
Yeah,
time.
that's him.
We should go for Nevins, Ruben Neves. Yeah, not a bad player. Foxy says, wouldn't be surprised if we went for Guerrero on a free from Dortmund, their left back. It's not a bad shout. Neves wants Barcelona, says Coffee. Madison says Sefton, yeah. Huddersfield, if Warnock stays, no one better to introduce him to English football. Yeah, that's a good shout. All about time.
Yeah.
Foxy says, Dubravka confirmed to me that he's one of the best second choice keepers in the league. Great game. Yeah. He did have a good game yesterday. Yeah. And so I agree, but where else is he going to get Champions League? He's almost as good as Pope. That's true, Alan. That's very true, mate. Alvarez is still on my list, but I think he'll go to Dortmund. That's not a bad shout, is it? But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I mean, so we went into December, obviously, and like I say, we beat Bournemouth in the Cup 1-0. We then, Boxing Day, went to Leicester and absolutely took them apart 3-0. Drew with Leeds 0-0, which was a very negative game because Jesse Marsh decided to park the bus that day.
Did, yeah.
Then, straight after the New Year, we had Arsenal away, which we drew 0-0. We lost to Sheffield in the Cup. We then beat Leicester in the Carabao Cup. We then beat Fulham 1-0 at home. And then we drew 0-0 with Palace. Yeah.
And that was when Mitro missed that penalty, double kick.
Yes, the double kick, yeah.
Yeah.
That was brilliant, that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lucky there.
Yeah. Then we drew 0-0 to Palace when Pope pulled off a tremendous save in that game again. I think it was against Mateta, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Palace. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we beat Southampton away in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. We then beat them 2-1 at St James's in that second leg. And then we went into February and things got a bit patchy. We drew 1-1 with West Ham. Then we drew 1-1 with Bournemouth. Lost to Liverpool a week before the final. Lost to Man U in the final. And the form just was not great after we beat Southampton in that second leg. Then, after the final, we lost 2-0 to Man City. If we'd had our shooting boots on, I believe we would have beat City that day because I don't think they were that great. We then beat Wolves 2-1, which was a turning point. Then we beat Forest 2-1. And then we go to April. We then beat Man United 2-0. We then beat West Ham 5-1, which was a tremendous result.
Amazing.
We then beat Brentford 2-1 away, 3-0 at home to Villa, 6-1 against Tottenham, which was brilliant. 5 up in 21 minutes, 4-1 away to Everton. Alexander Isak's mazy run for that fourth goal. And then 3-1 away to Southampton after being 1-0 down at half time. We lost 2-0 Arsenal in the first game in May. Then we drew with Leeds 2-2. We beat Brighton 4-1. And the draw with Leicester enabled us Champions League. And then we finished off with that 1-1 draw with Chelsea yesterday. I mean, yeah, after that, in between getting to the Carabao Cup final after the Southampton game and after the Carabao Cup up until the Wolves game, our form was all over the place, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think all the players worried about injury and thinking about the cup. And I think Eddie Howe said that in one of the press conferences. We lost focus a bit, and then Bruno got sent off as well in the semi-final. And he missed the Liverpool game and the City game and one more. I can't remember the third one. So if he was playing in those three, things maybe could have been different. And then Joe Linton, did he miss one? I think he got suspended for a game or two afterwards.
He did, yeah, because he got 10 yellow cards, didn't he?
Yeah, so
that was against Liverpool, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. So you get you're missing one player, and then when he's back, the other one's missing, and then once both were back, we started to win again. Well, our last defeat was Villa, wasn't it? Yeah, we never lost after Villa.
Yeah,
that was the last one. It feels like it was years ago now.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I know that 3-0 defeat to Villa. I mean, that was just an awful performance that day, wasn't it? And it was just absolutely terrible. But
that's probably the only match that we deserved to get beat, and we did get beat. The other ones, the other 2-0s, Arsenal could have. Oh no, we lost to Arsenal afterwards. Okay, yeah, we lost to Arsenal afterwards. Arsenal was 50-50, and both Liverpool games 50-50. City, if we had the shooting boost, we could have got a point or one even. So it's just Villa, the only team that battered us the whole season.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you for your opinion on this, right? Because there's split opinions with a couple of people anyway. I mean, Rory was in the chat. I don't know if he's still watching or not, but obviously, Rory wasn't too sold on this player. Now, Foxy mentioned this player. Now, his name is Gift Emmanuel Orban. Gift as in a present gift. He's a 20-year-old striker. He plays at Ghent in Belgian League, in the Belgian top division. He's Nigerian, right-footed. So far this season, right, he started 13 out of 15 games, and he scored 15 goals in them games, and he's got 2 assists. I mean,
I've never heard of him, but wow.
I hadn't heard of him until Foxy said. Yeah. Now, according to SofaScore, his value is 9.4 million euros. Now, if he can bank 15 goals in a top division and out, in 15 games, that's a goal a game. That's a hell of a scoring rate, isn't it?
Yeah, 20 years old as well.
Yeah, in the Europa Conference League this season as well, he started 5 out of 6 games and scored 5 goals.
Okay. Oh, 9 million, nothing. Get him.
Yeah, exactly what I said. And last season when he played in the Norwegian League, he started 19 out of 22 and scored 16 goals.
Wow. All right, that's it. Sign him. I'm going to start looking out for him now. Get the YouTube on.
Yeah. The guy's a goal machine, isn't he?
Yeah. So, I mean, nothing to lose because we've got Wilson, Isak. We haven't got a third one. I know Dwight Gale's going to be back. I'm not sure his contract's run out or not. So
I thought we got rid of him permanently. I thought we paid his contract off and he went to Stoke on a free.
I'm not sure. If that's happened, then happy days. Yeah. So get him a third striker.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
10 million's
he's
nothing or
20.
9 million.
He's 20, right? And I know Rory's saying, oh, well, but that's the Belgian league. Yes, but look at the Belgian players who come from that league. Yes, he's Nigerian, but the thing is, he's 20. Look what Eddie Howe can do with players. And the thing is, he comes over, sits on the bench. He could come off the bench and get you a goal.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's going to be interesting. But, I mean, at 9.4 million, even if you had to pay 15 million for him, it's not a
It's not
high
much.
risk,
Yeah.
is it?
It's not. Worst case, you can use them in the cup games. You can use them in easy games in Europe if you got some second half. And bring him on if you need an extra striker. So yeah, 15 is nothing now.
No, it's not. And he
I'm
won't
gonna
be on
start
high
looking.
wages either.
Yeah, I mean that could be a third striker. The only negative might be if he's Nigerian, he won't be playing in January, February because they'll have the African Cup on. Same
If
with
he's in
Asia
the
as well.
Nigerian team, yeah.
Yeah, and Asia is the same. So if you sign any Asian players, they're going to be missing in January, February. Asian Cups on
Yeah,
as well, which is in Qatar again.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
so hopefully we need to. If you're going to sign any Asians, do it the manual way because they signed like the Park Ji Sun and all those guys. That it's mostly okay. They're good players and they make a lot of money from shirt sales and commercial
Hmm. Yeah,
revenues out of these players in their home country. Son, he sells millions of shirts in Korea.
yeah,
So if we do one or two of those, that'll be good as well. There's few good.
yeah.
Mitomo. I don't think they'll sell him, but
Matoma, no, exactly. I mean,
he's
that's the
great.
thing, though, right? That's the thing, right? I know people are going on about the Belgian league, but what you got to look at is, well, look at Caicedo at Brighton. He come from the Ecuadorian league,
Yep.
you know. McAllister come from the Argentinian league. These were unknown players. And this is the thing. You can bring an unknown player in, and Ciso's another one. You can bring these players in, and
Yeah.
as long as they're coached properly, which Eddie Howe's a proper coach, then these players could be a world beat. I mean, you could bring him in for 15 million. Give him 2 seasons, he could be worth 50 million. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. For me, it doesn't matter where you come from because you can bring a player from Real Madrid and you might end up flopping here.
Yeah.
Miggy came from the MLS, so there you go. MLS is like League One standard.
Yeah.
Mitomo's from the Korean league. It's called the K League, so that's like League Two. Absolute
Yeah.
rubbish. I mean, if you bring the whole league, you probably pick 2 or 3 players good enough for the Premier League out of that whole league. So they found that one player and he gelled in. We need to find someone like that. Costs nothing.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure how much it was, like £2 million or something, or less.
I mean,
So
Caicedo was only on like 10 grand a week, wasn't he? For a new contract.
yeah. So it doesn't matter where the player comes from. I think Eddie Howe will look at his work rate as well because you get some number 9s who just like to
Yeah.
walk around, Chris Wood type, or you got the ones who move and Isaac type. So if he's the same, bring him. I've never seen him play, so I'll have a look later.
No, I haven't, but it's one Foxy mentioned, and obviously Foxy knows. So, David says, I've just beat you, Roy, on fantasy. You got 2464, and I got 2471. It was a close thing.
Bastard.
Just pipped you on the last day, King.
Yeah, it was my worst week the whole season.
It's about
26.
time. Imagine if we actually went an aggressive for Kane and Rice. These owners honestly wouldn't surprise you.
Rice, yes. Kane, too old.
Mm.
Well, how old is he now? 30 or 31 now.
Yeah, he's coming for 30, isn't he?
And he's gonna ask for 200 plus a week, and
Yeah,
you're not gonna get him for free. So you're still gonna have to pay Spurs and the big wages for someone over 30. Doesn't make sense.
yeah.
But
Hi, Stuart.
Declan Rice, 100% yes.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, all about time says I was telling the Tune Review chat about Gift Orban beginning of the year. I'll tell you what, I hadn't heard of him until Foxy mentioned it, and I just looked at his stats and I thought, wow. I know it's Belgian league, but I thought, wow, there's not to say he couldn't come in the Premier League and do it. Um, you don't have to start him in Premier League games. You can start him in cup games, and then bring him that way. Or you could buy him and loan him to France for a year, team in France. But, so who knows? Rolly says, yeah, I'm still here and I'm not sold on him. Belgium isn't a top league. I heard he had links to Kolo Muani, the Frankfurt striker. Yeah, but the thing is, he's only 22, but apparently the value here he's valued at 100 million. So I look at that and think, he scored goals, but I would rather go for a lad like that who's only going to cost you 15 million, who's banging them in for fun, and see what he can do. So that's it.
Yeah.
That is a different one, isn't it? So yeah. Jake says, "Why do you want to sell Maxi?"
No, I don't want to sell Maxi, but it's all the messages I've seen on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
His body language as well at the end.
Abdulran says, the fact you guys are discussing losing games because we are missing one or two players proves we lack depth. We need to keep the players we used this season and sell the deadwoods. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I mean, Matty Longstaff will be gone at the end of the season. Mark Gillespie will probably be gone. Kieran Clark will definitely be gone. So, yeah, there's a fair few players going out of contract that'll be gone.
Fraser
Jeff
and Richie
Hendricks still got a year.
Yeah, I forgot about him as well.
Yeah, the Irish Pirlo.
Yeah, Fraser and Richie as well.
Yeah.
So we've got 7 players.
Eddie Howe wants to keep Richie.
Could be just for the dressing room and discipline.
Yeah.
You never know. But I think let's say we get rid of 6. We need to get 3 starters and 3 who can at least fight for positions and spots in the team. But 3 starters, like a midfielder, right wing, and maybe a left back, straight in. Like buy those 3, and they go straight into the first team. Another 3 in the squad for rotation. And the squad, basically, you take one out that doesn't play, and you bring one in straight in the team.
Yeah.
And that's how you don't do a Chelsea. You just buy 20 players and hold them on top of each other.
No.
So, I'm excited, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a crazy 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's about time. Says Gift Orban went to play in a trial tournament where they had to play all 6 games. They assigned him after his 30 minutes of the first game. Wow. It's not a risk, I don't think. He says, honestly, Gift Orban will go for 100 million one day, mark my words. I quite believe you. I quite believe it. 3 away from 600 subscribers. Thanks very much, Sefton. He says, Kante was playing the French second division. Players just need the opportunity to realise their potential. Look at Mahrez.
Yeah.
Signed for £500,000, by Leicester. He come from the French second division, and he went to Man City for 60 million. So yeah, it doesn't matter where they play. Vardy, he come from Fleetwood Town, non-league. Paul says some players adapt, some don't. Bruno looked like he had played in the Prem for years on his first appearance, didn't he? Just.
Yeah.
David says, heard Bayern want Rice. Yeah, it's a strange one, that one. I mean, another one in the chat gave us a name as well, Roy, over the weekend, and he said would be good is maybe a backup and and one for the future. He's a goalkeeper. He's 20 years of age. His name's Bart Verbruggen. He's Dutch, and he plays for Anderlecht in the Belgian league. Now his value is 4.7 million euros. He's played 17 games, all 17 games. He's been in Team of the Week in Belgium 3 times. Um, he's saved 18 shots from outside the box and 46 from inside the box. He's caught 3 and parried 10. On errors wise, he's had no errors that's led to shots or to a goal or committed any penalties. He's had no yellow cards, and he's kept 8 clean sheets in those 17 games as well for Anderlecht. Rated at 4.7 million euros. He's only 20-year-old. Anderlecht bought him from NAC Breda under 19s for £300,000 back in 2020 when he was 17 years of age. We remember a young Tim Crow came from Den Haag at 17 years of age. 4.7 million for a goalkeeper who, yes, we know he plays first team for Anderlecht, but again, it's one of them, 20 years of age, bring him into the club, and it's a youngster who can come through, and we need strength in goalkeepers, don't we? What do you think about him?
If Dubravka and Karius leave, definitely get him. And then the third one could be one of the youngsters from the academy. So, yeah. But if both stay or one of them stay, then we shouldn't really. Well, you never know. Or buy him and send them on loan. Buy him and send them on loan as well.
Yeah.
I've never seen him as well, so I'll have to check both.
I haven't seen him play. 8 clean sheets in 17 games ain't bad, though, is it?
No,
but then they must have a great defence and elect as well. So
they're a stronger team. And thing is with keepers, it doesn't really matter much where you play because you can just pick a keeper from Egypt or Senegal or whatever, and then boom, it works.
We're talking about like Madison from Leicester. What about this guy, Harvey Barnes? Would you have him? Because I think he's a class act. Look at the goal he scored yesterday against West Ham.
Yeah, he's good. If you can get both, that's amazing. That's the they're the only 2 players with anything positive this season in that Leicester squad. So definitely have them,
And if this guy's still on our, absolutely. And if this guy's still on our radar, which I hope he is, I hope we go and grab him. And that's Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio, another top player.
I haven't seen him much, but get him.
Yeah.
The thing is, how many players are we going to buy though?
I've said 5 minimum. That's what I've said, but who knows? I know Eddie Howe saying he wants elite players for the Champions League and that, so that's what we need: players for Champions League experience.
Yeah. So, 5. So, but the thing is, I think we'll still have to fix the weak spots first. So the left back, midfield, and right wing, and then strengthen. So Barnes can go on the left. I think he's much better than Gordon or Maxi. He's more direct anyway, and he can finish better than both of them. So a right winger and him. Imagine getting what's his name, the Hungarian lad from Leipzig.
Szoboszlai.
Yeah, Szoboszlai and Madison. Get them both together.
Yeah.
One game this guy plays, the other game the other guy plays. Depends on how the opponent. Midfield, like a fire, man.
Won't adjust it.
Madison can play right wing as well.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, so you can play a couple of positions. It's certainly is. It's certainly exciting times, that's for sure. And we definitely need number 6 though. And I'll tell you what, one number 6 I would really love to see at the club, and I've mentioned this lad numerous times, and that's Manu Kone of Mönchengladbach. Now, I've actually seen this lad play live in front of me. I went to the King Power a couple of months ago to watch England under-21s v France.
Yeah.
And in the first half, this lad ran the show for France. He was terrific. He was everywhere. He was breaking up play, passing, even forced the England goalkeeper, James Trafford, who's at Bolton on loan from Man City, into a tremendous save just before the half-time, because his shot was a hell of a shot and fantastic save from James Trafford. But then when France took him off, their level dropped. And obviously England went on and won that game 4-0. But He was absolutely terrific, and I highly, highly rate this guy. Um, I mean, you probably see you won't know much about him, but I think he's
Yeah.
a terrific player.
Is he a bit like Tiote kind of thing?
Yeah, he's a defensive midfielder, so he'd sit there and be a number six and break up play, and he can
Aggressive.
dictate play as well. He's got a he can pick out a long ball as well. His passing's crisp. He's only
Yeah,
21,
it's
Frenchman.
good. Thing is, the only thing worries me if we buy loads of kids and then you're gonna get to some games that you need a bit of experience. A bit like Southampton this year. A lot of the
Yeah,
games they were controlling, but because of lack of experience and dealing with the match, and they've lost points. So, but if he's good, yeah,
yeah. But again, whether we're in for him or not, I don't know. There'll probably be a lot of teams in for him, I would imagine.
I think Eddie Howe would probably go for someone British or English, or someone already in the Premier League for that position.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I mean, would you take Marcus Thuram on a free?
Yes, free is
Yeah.
good. Free is always good, and
Oh,
then
frees are brilliant, aren't they?
frees are good. So get a free. I don't think he'll be on big wages as well. So that's another central midfielder. That's a replacement for Hayden or Hendrick. So you got that's one of them out, and you got a top player in.
Yeah.
And then if you get suppose what's his can't even the Hungarian lad again, Supposedly, was it?
Sabozlai.
Supposedly. I need to write it down.
I've got his name to a T.
Supposedly. Because like when you
Sabozlai.
read it, when you read it, it's like, oh, what's that? Yeah. So if you get him, those two, and Madison, your midfield is sorted, done.
Yeah. That
You need,
midfield's
we need,
just
we need,
massively strengthened.
we need six. Oh, by the way, Joe Linton been picked for Brazil.
Yes, that's brilliant, isn't it?
So yeah, I was then trying to think what's going to happen there. Are they going to go 4-3-3, or are they going to put him on the left wing, or is he just going to be? We probably see him and Bruno playing together in the same team at the same time, or not, with
Yeah, it's a
Casemiro as
strange
well.
one. Mm,
So they might use him in two different positions in the same game.
yeah,
That's good.
be
So I forgot about
interesting.
him as well. I think Joe
Yeah,
Linton will be more left midfield more than left wing next season.
yeah,
Most of it. I think that's his better position. Is at left midfield. Willock as well. I forgot
yeah,
about
Willick,
Willock.
yeah,
So now our team we've got loads of good players, man. It's getting better.
we've got to get to where Man City are, where they've got two teams. They can field a second team and they still do well, So
Yeah,
that's what we've got to aim for. We've got to aim for that benchmark. They could afford to leave Holland on the bench for the game yesterday and play Alvarez
yeah,
up front. That's how many options they've got. But on the Marcus Thuram, I mean, yeah, I would definitely take him. He can play left wing or striker. I mean, we are linked with his brother as well, Kefram Thuram from Nice, who plays as a defensive midfielder also.
Oh yeah, that's the one I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's the one I thought you
Marcus
were
Thuram, he
thinking.
plays for Mönchengladbach, where Kone plays, but he's out of
Oh,
contract in the summer. He's on a
okay, so
free.
he's the left winger. Okay, yeah, it was
Another player we're being linked to as well, who's out of contract in the summer, Rabiot from Juventus,
too old. I think it's too slow. Even
28.
yeah, at PSG as well. He's one of those. I could say he's probably a lazy. He's a
Yeah,
lazy Bruno. He's a lazy Bruno. He's a bit like Bruno,
yeah.
but he hasn't got the pace or anything. He used to be
No,
good
he
about three,
hasn't.
4 years ago. 3, 4 years ago. But nah, not now.
Yeah. What about, I mean, there's another player out of contract in the summer, Real Madrid's Marco Asensio.
Free, yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, 10 years ago, when we used to call him, and there's another lad in that team. We used to call them the little birds. And they used to come on and with a pace. They both were a bit like Isaac when they first started.
yeah,
Few injuries, and then they're not getting enough games. And you had Ronaldo playing and Gareth Bale and stuff, and they started to fade. He hasn't played to his potential. I'm not sure. Is he 28 or 29 now? Not sure.
I'm not
Um,
sure.
Three is not bad because you need experience in the Champions League.
Yeah,
The thing is, let's say we're playing against Benfica or Porto. I'd rather have Maxi on the left
yeah,
because Maxi will deal with those players more than him. Pace,
yeah,
skill, get you European football. Maxi is probably
yeah.
struggling a bit now with the physicality of the Premier League and not doing what he wants.
Asensio's 27.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Free's good.
yeah. Passing and long balls are his strengths, and he's got no weaknesses. He's a right winger, and he's started 15 out of 30 this season, scored 9 goals, and has 6 assists as well. So
That's
yeah,
high.
that's not too bad, is it? So yeah, on a free, but it depends on what his wages are, though. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's probably going to ask for 200 or something, 200 plus.
Yeah,
But
for a lot.
Champions League, so City no chance, Arsenal no chance. For us maybe, Man U nah. So not Liverpool. You never know. Might be Villa, Brighton. They might take him as well. So
Yeah,
I'd say it's one of those three because the other teams are packed on the left.
yeah,
But
yeah,
three's good though.
absolutely.
But not if he's going
Oh,
to get 200,000.
no, 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 not at all. No, that's the thing you want. You know that you look at free transfers and you think, yeah, there's some good out of contract players there, and go and get them. But you've just got to see what wages you're on and signing on fees and things like that. So yeah, but again, it's one of them. We just have to wait and see what happens. And it's certainly going to be an exciting summer, that's for sure. And can't wait for the transfer window to be open properly. And yeah, be absolutely fantastic.
And all the ITK accounts.
Oh yeah, they're all going to be out, aren't they? They're all going to be out.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not
Yeah,
going to mention any names, but there's been some funny stuff happening in the last few days.
yeah,
Not bullshit.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, for some reason, StreamYard's not showing up any more comments, so I've just had to go onto the YouTube. But I've got some comments flying in here which I didn't see. But obviously, like I say, StreamYard's being funny for some reason at the minute. Abduram says Turam's free, isn't he? Yeah, he is, absolutely. Foxy says Belgian league can be hit or miss, like most leagues, but Orban has too much potential to ignore. Everyone raving about Matoma, and he come from the Belgian league at USG. There we go. Absolutely, Foxy. Alan says, is there anyone from Leeds or Southampton we should read on? I would love Lavia from Southampton, but I think Man City have a buyback clause on that, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll use him or take him back. So could be.
Yeah.
Leeds got that left winger, Italian lad.
Oh yeah, is that Livramento, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
He came on late against us. He came on in the second half.
Yeah.
Skill,
Tino,
bit like Maxi. Yeah. So he's good. I can't see. I don't.
Yeah.
It's just those two from Leeds. Lavia, James Ward-Prowse as well. You never know.
Are you on other one from Leeds? Are you on about? Is it Jack Harrison? Are you on about or Gnonto?
Yeah, that's it. Gnonto. Yeah, that's it.
Gnonto, yeah, the
Those
Italian,
two.
yeah, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those two, and yeah, that's it from Leeds. Barnes and Madison from Leicester.
Yeah.
And Lavia and Ward-Prowse from Southampton.
Yeah. Foxy says Milinkovic Savic, another one that come from the Belgian league. Lazio signed him from Genk. There we go. Sefton says our website is now showing the Champions League logo. Yeah, absolutely. If you go on to northwestmax.com, great website. Go and check it out. Absolutely fantastic. Lots to see and do on there. Kelsey is all right, Tony, mate. Just got back from Gosforth. Hope you're well. Yeah, absolutely fine. Thank you very much indeed, Kel. Kelsey is, yeah, Ganonto. Yeah.
Yeah.
B930 says, hi, Tony, how you doing? Who's your favourite player of the season? And Kyle says, can I have a rant? Of course you can have a rant, Kyle, whatever. But yeah, favourite player of the season. Gosh, do you know what? There's been so many of them. I've got to say, do you know what? It really is tough because they've all played well. But if I've got to pick somebody, I'm going to say Joe Linton because I think Joe Linton has been absolutely terrific in midfielders. I know Bruno's played well, but I think Joe Linton's been absolutely terrific. His goal return's been fantastic. You know, the striker that we had up front that couldn't hit a barn door, we all wanted him out. Eddie Howe came in, turned him into a midfielder, and even Liverpool's being told to go for him. Yeah, I'm going to say Joe Linton. I mean, what about you, Roy? Who's your player of the season?
I can't pick. It's the first half of the season before the World Cup, it was Bruno, and then up until maybe about a month and a half or 6 weeks ago, when Longstaff was injured, and then he was playing by himself there and lost it, and then in the Leicester game was Pope, and Joe Linton. Yeah, it's between Joe Linton and Pope for me. I'll go Joe Linton as well, especially he got picked for Brazil. Something special happening there. Joe Linton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't believe what was it? 2 years ago, biggest flop in the history of the club. 40 million paid by Ashley.
Yeah,
He never spends a penny. He went and bought him for 40 million. He's probably sitting there with his mates now in a casino somewhere in Vegas saying, look, I'm a genius. I bought this lad for 40 million as a striker. It's amazing.
Yeah. Abduram says, well, who was the worst of the season? Oh, God, worst of the season. Who do you pick out with that for the worst of the season? That's the thing.
Fraser.
Fraser. Yeah.
Fraser.
That's the only one I can think of.
Fraser. He played a couple of games, I think, but shite.
Yeah.
Attitude as well.
Yeah.
So it's Fraser for me. I can't say anything bad about the starters or the players that keep coming on, including Miggy. I'm not a fan, but I love Miggy. I can say he's shite, but I love him. It's only because he hasn't got a right foot. So, but the rest of Miggy's fine. Love his smile. I love the lad. Murphy.
Yeah.
I mean, Murphy against Spurs, unbelievable.
Wasn't he? Yeah, and that goal he scored. Yeah, absolutely.
Goal, smile, yeah. So yeah, Fraser. I mean, Richie, what a professional. You've seen him every game. He's there, and then you see him in the photo after the game in the dressing room. And proper professional.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fraser, twat to the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle says, right, here goes my rant. I'm not having Madison, Barnes, Ganonto, Ward-Prowse at the tune. They're all going down for a reason. We are in the Champions League. You're all talking like we're still in the Mike Ashley days, but love yous. No, it's not, because at the end of the day, these players are quality, Kyle. And Madison and Barnes, I don't think Ward-Prowse would come to Newcastle. I think he'd stay. I think, if anything, he'd probably go to a London club because he'd be closer to Southampton with his family. So I think he might go to London, but we could be wrong. But Madison and Barnes are definitely quality, and they should not be in the Championship. Leicester have just been awful all over the place. That centre-back, Wout Faes, who thinks he's Colaccini, but he's not. He's nowhere near Colaccini.
Yep.
I have to disagree on a couple of them with you, but I see what you mean.
I've got a nice answer for him.
Yeah.
We went down. 2 years later, Wijnaldum and Sissoko in a Champions League final playing against each other. Liverpool against Spurs had Wijnaldum and Sissoko, who both were playing for us when we went down. And Mitro.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't have gone. You look at some of those players in the team. We shouldn't have gone down, but there you go. Doesn't mean we're shit. We had a shit
No,
manager. The whole club used to stink at the time. That's why
yeah,
we went down. That's what's happening to them. Leicester's not a
yeah,
bad team, but
yeah,
it
definitely.
happened. I think Southampton are rubbish though.
Yeah, they are rubbish, aren't they? They've
But
been terrible.
yeah, but I think Leicester unlucky a bit. Everton should have been down, but just unlucky.
Yeah. Foxy says there's a good 5 or 6 that could be chosen, but I agree Joe Linton has been consistently good more than most and deserved that Brazil cap to make it a perfect season. Just less bookings next season. Laughing, yeah, absolutely. Pete Proudlock, good evening to you. Pete, he says, I hope you enjoyed your trip to Edinburgh. He says, definitely Fraser, who has been the worst. His attitude's turned and time to get him moved on. Absolutely. Lee says, Fraser is a big dummy spitter. Send him to Middlesbrough. Yeah, why not? Kyle says, no, they're not. They are average. If they were quality, they wouldn't be playing for Southampton, Leeds and Leicester. But he says, you're right, Sissoko's quality you win. Yeah, I know, but Kyle, come on. Madison's quality. You know, he's got the qualities. You know, you see these players on, they're not good enough. But remember, Jack Grealish went down with Villa when they went down to the Championship, came back from the Championship, and because he'd done it in the Premier League, he got £100 million move to Man City. He could say, you know, so we could get Madison in, and Madison will be, he could play even better for us than he has for Leicester. Who knows? That's a good point, isn't it, Roy?
Yeah, I mean, Leicester didn't go down because they don't score goals. Because I think they're the top scoring team in the bottom half of the league, but they're
Yeah,
letting 70 goals or 60 goals or something. So it's their weakness is defense, not going forward. Madison is
yeah.
great at having straight away playing for England. So yep, it's not his fault they went down.
Pete says, yeah, it's been class. The weather was amazing as well, and lots of booze too as well. Kyle says, if Kevin De Bruyne was in that Leicester team, they wouldn't get relegated. I'm not so sure.
No, they needed a Trippier there and a Botman in that
Yeah,
team, and maybe a good goalkeeper as well. Schmeichel was the big miss. That was the big miss.
yeah, absolutely.
Or
Selling
yeah,
Schmeichel and not replacing him, yeah.
yeah, that's the one. The defense wasn't good. Brendan Rodgers with that Turkish defender, and they had this little spat, and he put him on the bench, and things were not going well. So
Yeah.
it's the defense and the goalkeeper. It's nothing to do with midfield and strikers.
Lee says, Madison's just been playing in a crap team. Absolutely. And Kel says, I'll save it for when I'm on. Be ready, lol. I mean, the thing is, yeah, so I mean, I've heard rumours coming out apparently when people said Brendan Rodgers should have had the job until the end of the season because he might have kept Leicester up. But the rumour I've heard is he's done a Pardew. Not as bad as Pardew, but he's done a Pardew. And basically he was having a thing with one of the players' wives. Now, whether that's true or not, we don't know. We do. I mean, when Pardew got sacked from Southampton, the reason he got sacked was because he was messing around with a few players' wives, and the players went to the board and said, "Look, if you don't get rid of Pardew, you know, there's just going to be hell on here. So you best get rid of him as soon as you can." And they got rid of Pardew for that reason. You look at Brendan Rodgers, I don't think he comes across that type of guy, but then you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, do you, Roy?
Yeah, nobody knows these things. But dirty bastard. I didn't know. I didn't know, but
Wasn't Rebecca, was it?
thing is, those players are in the mid-20s, early 20s, so their lasses will be in the early 20s, and those boys are fit and strong. So why is the last not doing anything, cheating on this fit boyfriend with the old coach?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, he must have something special.
He's got something there, but we don't know what. Yeah, but something.
Uh, yeah,
But yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, the same with Porgy. I mean, you look at Porgy and you think, why would women look at him?
I
You know,
know.
but
Well, I think it's the same with Sven when he was England
yeah,
coach and he was getting all these women.
he was a womanizer, wasn't he, Sven?
What
No,
was that? Yeah, what was that? There was that TV presenter. I can't remember her name now.
Eureka Johnson.
Oh, that's the one. Oh yeah, she was
Yeah,
alright.
yeah. She's had more pricks in the dartboard, hasn't she?
Yeah. So,
But yeah,
aye,
oh yeah, it's just mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad.
I can understand John Terry because he's one of the players and he was young doing it with other players' wives, but not the wife cheating on the fit young husband or boyfriend with the old coach. So doesn't make sense. But
Yeah,
and
um,
and most of them don't get paid as much as the players as well.
yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
that's something
Alan
special
says
down there.
Madison's a top player. He would excel now. A team of better players. I think he would as well. Yeah. Kyle says, crazy talk. I wish I was on the show. He says, love to see you on the next one. Get me on with Roy. It'll be fun.
Aye.
I'm sure we will. Yeah. Night and Day Gaming says Jamie Carragher's put Botman and Trippier in his team of the season. Wow. Brilliant. Nice one, Carragher. Alan says Rogers for the Spuds. And Lee says what they're calling them, Buck Rogers. Well, guys and girls, we're coming to the end of the show now, but it's been a fantastic hour and a half. We've had some good laughs and we've talked about different players, looked back at the season, what's been a terrific season, Roy. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's a great time to be a Toon fan, and you know,
Amazing.
and again, Max Moore, that Chesterfield fan, you know, absolutely brilliant. That comment he sent on one of my videos to say, you know, it's fantastic to see us back at the top end of the Premier League where we should be. You know, it's nice when a fellow fan from another team comes out and has something positive to say rather than negative to say. But yeah, big up to Max Moore. Right, do you want to let people know where they can find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter. You just have to. It's Roy_Caviani, so it's the same name. I'm on Instagram with the same name as well, but it's boring. It's always food and cars and stuff there. But Twitter is all Newcastle United.
Yeah, and then if you follow Roy, you'll see his comments against the Trolls are absolutely brilliant.
And hope you don't mind bad language as well. It does
Oh
get
no, we don't
sometimes.
care, do we, Roy? But if you like what you see, then please smash a like. It does help the channel to search results, so smash those likes. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow. And that bell notification will tell you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. So I'm 3 away now from 600. Yeah, I mean, fantastic season. I think the only thing that stops Eddie Howe getting manager of the season is if Guardiola wins that treble. Do you think, Roy?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it should be separated because you've got the European trophies and all these awards there as well. So if he wins the Champions League, he's gonna get the France Football Award and stuff.
Yeah.
So it should be separate. But I'll understand if Pep gets it, especially when he was behind Arsenal by 8 points at what 6-7 weeks ago, and he's won it now. So Eddie deserves it as well, but it should be between those two.
Oh, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was surprised even Gary O'Neill's name wasn't thrown in for manager of the season, you know, but yeah, definitely it should be between them two.
I hate to say it, Emery with Villa in the second half of the season as well. The second or third in the league in the second half of the season, where they were in the beginning. I mean, I hate to say it, but watch out next season as well. Well, they'll get Europa League or the Conference League, so they'll be playing Thursday night. So that'll stretch the squad a bit.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what he's done. Yeah,
definitely. Last few comments here. Abdurrahman says, Tony, you have to stop Roy, otherwise he'll keep going for another hour talking about women. Sefton says, "Off Wiedersehen, all great show. Don't forget to subscribe." And Lee says, "Been such a brilliant season. Show's getting better all the time. Nice to see you, Tony, top man, and Roy as well, top man."
Yes,
Yeah,
mate.
thank you very much. Thank you very much
Yes,
indeed,
mate.
Lee. And yeah, Alan says for about Brendan Rodgers Lake dog walk. So yeah, absolutely. But yeah, what's been a brilliant season? What's coming up on the channel? Well, tomorrow there's a show at 7 p.m. tomorrow night called the European Tour. I'm hopefully having all fans from the top 7, obviously including us, on the show. I'm still waiting to try and get a hold of an Arsenal and a Man United fan, but I've definitely got a Man City fan. I've got I've got a Brighton fan. I've got a Villa fan. So yeah, but I'm still waiting on an Arsenal and a Man United fan. So coming back to me, trying to get people. I think it's busy because they're doing shows. I mean, like Man United are in a cup final, so they're probably doing podcasts and things like that. So if I don't get them on, that's fair enough. But certainly a new one to have a look at tomorrow night. And it should be a good show. Plus, it would be nice to find out how they think their seasons have gone, how they think our seasons have gone. So it'd be nice to hear what they've got to say about us. And also on Thursday, there is another special show. I'm still waiting to try and get a Luton Town fan on, but I've got a United fan and a Burnley fan, and it's going to be called Welcome to the Premier League. So the 3 promoted teams, and I just want to get their take on their team season and how they think their team's going to fare in the Premier League next season. So something different that I don't think's been done on other channels. So I thought I'd do something different, out of the norm, and yeah, should be a couple of great shows. So do join for them once, and we'll see how they go. Hopefully, an Arsenal and Man United fan get in touch, and they can come on tomorrow. So that'd be absolutely fantastic. Should be some great banter on there tomorrow. But yeah, absolutely. But remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And so anyway, it's goodbye from me.
And me?
It's how are the lads?
How are the lads and lasses?
And the lasses, yeah.